This is the female cast
of Money and Violence. You're now tuned into Therottenappletv TV.
Brooklyn. Yeah. Hold this money and violence. Young boys be wild. Hold this money and violence. Hello everyone, it's your boy Blue for Therottenappletv TV. Sitting here with the female cast of the new and upcoming series, Money and Violence. Thank you very much, ladies, for taking the time to sit down with us. So, for us to begin, please state your real name and the character that you play on the show, starting with you.
Hi, I'm B and I play China.
Hi, I'm Princess and I play Shay.
Hi, I'm Shaquana and I play Jessica.
Hi, I'm Melanie and I play the character Mel.
Hello, I'm Belinda and I play Madison.
Hi, I'm Raven and I play Cindy.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Now, first and foremost, let me congratulate you guys on the success of the show.
Thank you so much.
Did you guys even think it would blow up the way it has? Because you guys are really popular right now.
No. Didn't expect all this.
You know, I expected it to blow up, but not as quick as it did.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to go against all of them and said I expected this.
Okay.
Because anything my brothers do, it always works out.
There you go. There
So
you
I
go.
already knew
Faith
from
and
the story
confidence.
it's going to be great. Plus, you know, this is like, it's not a story written. This is based on real life stuff. So I already knew it would take to the people, not in a cocky way, but in a way that I know everyone could relate to. There's someone in the story for everybody. Everybody might not vocalize it, but Shay reminds somebody of somebody.
Right.
Jessica reminds somebody of someone. There's a lot of Mels outside. There's a lot of Blenders, and there's a lot of Ravens.
Okay.
Well, Cindy's, you know, and there's definitely Chinas. Although I'm nothing like that in real life, but there are, you know.
And I'm glad you brought that up. The next thing I wanted to ask you ladies is the characters that you portray on the show, can you relate to them? Obviously you know people like them, but can you relate to, okay, so China acts a specific way. China's a little grimy, you know? China's setting somebody up right now. And
well then, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
One might beg to differ. Why is China grimy? She's loyal to Ms. and Rafe. What makes her grimy? She never told nobody she loved them.
Are we gonna go there?
I'm just saying. Let's go there. Let's go there because what is she doing that's so grimy? China's not doing anything but letting Ms. know or Rafe know, oh, this is what you needed me to. I'm answering questions. That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
Oh, here's a question. China, I need answers. And I go and get the answers. That's all I do.
Right.
You've never seen me physically hurt anybody.
No.
You don't see that.
No.
So what makes China so grimy?
That's a wonderful question, and I would love to answer that. So, how I see it as, Rafe and Ms. asked China to do a favor, a service. It's clear. It's a clear indication to me, based on me. I watched the show that China is misleading this character, this fool actually, because he's clearly not aware of what time or day it is.
Even that, you feel bad for him.
I kind of do because
I wouldn't know either.
He kind of has feelings for you. He kind of feeling China, and of course China's an attractive woman, so he's gonna like that. But the thing is, China herself has no interest in what he's interested in.
So what is China doing different that girls don't do every day?
What is China?
Girls go out on dates with guys they don't like every day.
And why do you do that?
I don't do that. I said girls go on dates with guys because maybe he's gonna pay the bill. But what am I doing that's so wrong? I'm not doing anything. You guys keep looking at the end picture like, oh my God, they're gonna get him. But what am I doing wrong? Are they not the grimy?
China sound like a dude right now. That's how dudes think.
Are they not the grimy ones?
Dudes? Yeah, we both grimy.
Are they not the grimy ones?
Absolutely, but
So
China.
what is China doing?
You're an accessory. You're an accessory after the fact.
Okay.
You know exactly why they're asking you to put this man on and to mislead him. You're misleading.
How does he make his money though?
Yeah.
That's not my business. That's not even China's business.
It's not.
But that's just as grimy, so to speak, as what she's doing. One thing I learned from Mo, the guy, you know, that plays Ray. One thing I learned from him is that there's for someone's superhero
Okay.
is someone else's villain.
Mhm.
So to some people they might look at it as though she's grimy to Cash, but like she's saying, she's a superhero to Wraith and Miz. So it all depends how you look at it, the glass half full or the glass half empty.
Okay,
The
okay.
negative or the positive. That's just
I'll leave it at that.
just to piggyback.
No, we can talk about that all day because I categorically disagree with that. I'll leave it alone.
I'll just say something about China. Oh
Okay.
my God. I was like, oh my God, Mo, I'm never going to be able to date in Brooklyn again if you make me this girl. He's like, well, you have a role to play,
Right.
and that's what you have to do. But I'm no real life China. I'm such a nice person.
Right. So that leads me to go. It goes back to my original question. So you cannot relate to China.
I can relate to
Okay.
her, but I'm no China.
Can you relate to Shay?
I can't relate to Shay as far as messing with my best friend's ex-boyfriend or whatever like that, but I do know females like Shay, and I can relate to Shay as far as if we're acquaintances where I don't hang out with you on a regular basis and your guy is there and you know what I'm saying? But Shay is a different type of girl. At the end of the day, I still feel like Shay in the deep down in her heart is still trying to help Jessica too, because even though she's been with Chopper for 6 years, it's been a rough 6 years with a thug dude, and Jessica's such a nice girl, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like she's more trying to help her in her own little way, you know?
Speaking of thug dude, I'm gonna ask a question regarding that a little later. As a man, I just want to ask that question. I need some answers to that question.
Right.
But going on, can you relate to your character, Jessica?
I can relate to Jessica in some ways. As far as relationships, when I care for a person, it's hard to get rid of me. It's hard to get rid of me in the sense that, if I do love you and I do care for you, I allow certain mishaps to happen. I take you back but as far as Jessica, it's hard to get rid of her because she's oblivious to what's going on. Like, she doesn't see what's going on. So that's where we contrast. Like,
She seems, based on my assessment, she's shy.
very
She's very
very
Very-
naive. I'm not
very
naive
naive.
at all.
No, I didn't suggest that. I didn't suggest that you were naive.
So really different.
Right. I certainly understand that. But you know what? Let me continue on. Can you relate? I have a question about China and Jessica's relationship, but
Shay and Jessica.
can you relate to your character, Mel?
I feel in a lot of ways I can relate to Mel as a character because you see a lot in business when it comes to women in business, especially like in those types of transactions. You pretty much try to cut the middleman, and that's what happens time and time again. Mel is pretty much chasing Young for her money. He's flipping stuff around like he does to everybody. He says, "Oh, I'll give you a C note." Gives her the C note with a quarter of what he actually owes her, and then confuses you into thinking that he's giving you extra. And like I said in episode 5, this is 50. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
I can't believe you let Mel let him get away with that. He clearly is a shyster. He's clearly continuing on. Can you relate with your character?
Of course. Madison is very loyal. She's loving. She's a rider. She's going to be there for her man, and I'm definitely there for mine. So, yes. I can
When regarding Madison, I love Madison. I think she's she's loyal, ride or die. But at what point does Madison realize that she's a sucker herself because Miz seems like Miz seems like she treats her like a stash house, if you will. Okay, you are the escape from that life that I do every single day.
First of all, I agree. Madison is a sucker because ain't nobody gonna talk to me any type of way. You talk to me crazy, I'm talking to you crazy.
Right.
110%. So like she kind of is. He runs over her a little bit to a certain degree. He says something and she's like, okay. Like in the first episode 12, he was like, "We about to get in an argument. I'm about to."
Yeah, let me leave.
She's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, never mind." I was like, "I ain't." Peace. See ya. Be out, Bye. I'm a tourist stuff. Like, bye.
Okay.
Don't take nothing.
Okay.
So to a degree, we are different.
Well, hopefully Madison gets the picture
I hope
and she
so, too.
realizes it as well. Now, Raven, can you relate to your character?
I relate to my character in the sense where I grew up around a lot of people like that. I don't have any children. Like, which a lot of people think that I do. A lot of the fans are like, oh, she's really a crazy baby mom. I'm like, I don't even have
That just makes
kids.
you a
like,
really good actor, I guess.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
yeah,
I appreciate it. You know, like, I love the hate in ways because like, it means I'm doing a good job. But, you know, I definitely grew up around a lot of angry baby moms where it wasn't exactly the guy or anything, but it was more the situation. You know, like, it's a frustrating situation when you grow up and, you know, whatever, you have a kid and you're not financially stable. So it's frustrating for anybody. And it's like, of course, like, I understand my character in a sense where Kane really has no job. Like, he actually doesn't have a job.
Cut the man some
Like,
slack.
He's actually like, no. I understand, like, I'm saying he has no job, though. Like, none. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard to find work out there, though. Give a brother a break.
And he has no job. I would never keep the father of my kid from seeing their kid because they can't afford it. So for that, I'm like, nah, she's a bitch. Like,
Breaks my heart every time I see
it
them
hurts.
two
You know what I'm
interact.
saying? I'm like, if he wants to physically be there, you shouldn't. You shouldn't keep him from that. But the frustration as far as the finances go, I understand. So for that, I'm like, I get her frustration, but she goes about it completely wrong way. And like in real life, I wouldn't hang with her. Or I'd have to explain to her like, homegirl, you bugging, like, chill out.
She seems like she's angry and bitter with herself and takes it out on Kane. You know?
Exactly, and I think that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, she's angry about her situation more than him specifically because he's trying to be a good father, but she's not gonna allow him because she's mad. You know what I'm saying? For that, I don't agree, but I do understand her being frustrated because she's broke.
You guys get recognized on the street as you're walking around, and does anyone classify you by the character that you so do they call you a bitch? Oh, you freaking, you know, gold digging, boop, 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 you know?
All the time. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, especially me, like, I mean, between the two of us, like,
I honestly really, like, thank God, but I just get, oh, you're shooting for money and violence, like, you know, but then, like, now I'm talking and, like, people are like, oh, you watch me, you know, promote money and violence, like, yo, I love money and violence, like, you don't know who I am, oh, I'm Shay, oh, I hate your character, I hate your character.
Now, one thing I wanted to ask, because I'm a little upset with the fact that you ladies aren't in the show. Well, they don't focus on the lady as much as they do with, you know, Rafe and Mrs. Beef and stuff like that. And I look forward to seeing your stories develop. With that said, Jessica, Shay, I grow increasing. Jessica's my crush, by the way, on the show.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my crush. So I personally, I want to save Jessica. I want to grab her from whatever she is, take her away, you know what I mean, and provide for her. But I feel because Jessica is so naive, she doesn't really realize who Shay is, or what time it is, or what she is about. Can you elaborate on that relationship? What is that relationship? Because what Jessica perceives it as, I don't perceive it as. And because she's so naive, I think Shay is easily, or has the capacity to manipulate her, especially when she interacted with Rafe. What's up with that? Please, elaborate.
Well, I went through a really rough breakup with Damon. And Shay was there for me. She was there in my desperate time of need. And to Jessica, that supersedes everything that Shay is doing now. All the griminess that she's doing now. It's just like, to Jessica, she's really a friend, because when I needed a friend, that's the only friend that I had. So I don't see everything else that's going on. I can't believe everything that's going on, because it's like, no, to me, she's a friend. To everybody else, they see what she's doing now, but they didn't see our backstory, which was when I was in my time of need. Because of my 6-year relationship, she was there for me.
Well,
but
there's
still with Shay, you know, Jessica still being naive of seeing Shay as a friend, because the only reason Shay was there for her was to get close to her man, her ex-man, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the only reason why Shay was there, that shoulder to lean on, and to be that, oh yeah, you don't need him, girl, to get her, pull him away from her, pull her away from Damon, in order to... No, you're not Chopper, so I can say Damon right now. Call me Chopper. But you know, Shay don't like that neither. So, but she gonna find a friend to confide in a minute. But you know, like you know, Shay. The way I developed Shay is that she's really basically jealous of Jessica. She's jealous of the fact that, you know, Jessica basically could get any man she wants, you know, dope boy, hustling guy, robber guy, whatever, you know, even if she wanted to go out and get a basketball player, she can go out and get that. And I feel like Shay is just like, you know, I hate it, and I need to have what she has. I need that so that I can feel like I'm taking it away from her. You know, so like that's Shay's relationship with Jessica, but still, she still has a soft spot with Jessica also.
How does that work? That sounds so contradictory to me.
People are crazy.
That's hot and cold. You know?
That makes
You can't be that. You can't say I love her and I care for her, but in the background I'm gonna get this shit. Fuck that bitch. I'm gonna get her.
But I mean, that's what hate. That's what jealousy is. That's what hate. That's what hate is. When
it is
you,
love.
I mean, you
undercover love.
You think that you hate this person because you really love them so much and you don't want to love them. So that's what jealousy is.
Right.
Okay. Why do good girls like bad guys? It's so obvious that bad guys are. That sounds cliche. They're bad. They're not a individual they should associate with.
It's the same.
What is it about them? Because I'm not a bad guy, you know. So.
But you like hoes. You like girls that's promiscuous. You like girls. You know what I'm saying? It's the same reason. It's the same way that good guys are like the girl that'll go out and cheat on him.
Okay.
It's you know, I don't the way as humans are, the way we. To me, I'm about to get very crazy.
Go ahead. Speak up. Speak your mind. Speak your mind.
You know, we like the negative. Like we're born negative. So the stuff that's negative to us that we should not want, we want more. You know what I'm saying? So just like the good girls want the bad guys, the good guys want the hoes. Like we all want our hearts to be broken.
Hoes. All right.
Promiscuous people.
Sure. Go ahead, Mel.
I just wanted to add to that, only because from my experience, like the guys that, you know, I have associated with or taken a liking to, if you think about it, these guys, they like to cops, they like to, you know, judges, and
like I said,
you even mentioned it in episode one. They're used to finagling their way into getting what they want. So they could paint this beautiful picture about, oh yeah, I hustle, but you know, I'm a nice guy, and trick you into thinking that they're a certain way, and bait and switch. They're not really like that.
And they're not really like that.
Right.
So then,
Wait,
I apologize. So then,
My-
go ahead.
Because Jessica's
My
not
take
going
on it is not even that, because I mean, honestly, you can't convince me of nothing about either way. I also think that a lot of it is the fact that women in our own, like, we are mothering. We like to nurture. We like to care for people. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if we see someone that's damaged in our eyes, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that's a bad boy, we want to change you. Not change you, but we want the credit for you being good later. So it's like, even though we might not, like, I don't necessarily go for a bad guy, and I don't think that most women do. I think that people end up with a bad guy that they thought was good. All we need is like that little bit of a glimpse of
hope, right?
some type of like, yeah, but they're not that bad.
It's
You know
his
what I'm saying?
potential.
Like, it's like, you know, like, y'all could have been out, you know, doing whatever. He could have been shooting people and then come and open your door, and you're like, but he's a gentleman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that. All we need is that little glimpse of like, yeah, but you're not that bad though, so I can change you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that that's a good way to think, but a lot of women, we do want the credit for helping, you know, that bad person or whatever, as opposed to being like, oh no, I'm not dating you because you're bad.
And as women, we need to learn that you can't change anybody.
You can't.
The only person that can change anybody is God. So
Can you repeat that, please? One more time. One more time.
Women and males, you cannot
right.
change anybody. The only person that can change a person is God.
I really, before anybody keep going, I think that good girl, bad guy thing is crap. Who defines good and who defines
It's
bad?
gray area.
Right, that's
So
what
you
I was
understand what I'm
gonna
saying?
say.
You might look at him bad and I might look at him as great.
Right.
You might look at her as bad and he might look at her as good. It's up to the two people in the relationship. Who are you to define my whomever as a bad? I look at him as a great. My guy is a king.
Right.
To you, he might be bad. He could have sold drugs. He could have killed your whoever. But if he did that for me, he's great.
Yeah.
He's not bad. To society, he's bad. But to me, he's my protector. He's my king. He does everything. That man is great. Forget a good, he's great. Forget what the outside say. And maybe somebody calls me grimy. I set niggas up for rape and miss. Yes, but to them, I'm great. I am great.
I agree with B, and I also think that people need balance. You know, so you know, to piggyback off of what she said in reference to what I mentioned, something that Rafe taught me earlier. Everyone, to someone you may be a superhero, but to the next person you might be a villain. So, people need balance. So you know, because he's your villain doesn't mean he's mine. He's my superhero.
Perception.
What he does in the world, you know, or to other people may seem bad, but he treats me like a queen. So he's my good. But there's still that balance. You know, I get some, you know, I get the good, I see the bad, I don't experience it, but it's there, and it gives me that balance.
Okay, okay.
I also think sometimes, you know, as far as with the guys, with the bad guys, and, you know, we look at bad guys as the drug dealers, the robbers, the hustlers, whatever. I also feel like girls
I think they're great guys.
No, I believe they're great guys too, because I believe that they're providers. I believe that they're people that, you know, they're supporters.
Very business oriented.
Right, you know, and I feel like we look at them as like sometimes what's the word I'm looking for? Like a provider, a protector. We feel protected with them. You know what I'm saying? We feel like they're our soldiers. Sometimes.
I don't know about all that. What I'm saying is, right? Like, I don't. What a hustler do and what somebody do in Wall Street is the same thing. It's just different line of business.
I
You
agree.
understand what I'm saying?
I agree.
Still
I agree.
So,
You're absolutely correct.
So if Rafe was my man, right? Rafe went out into the street and he took from whoever took it from somebody else. Why is he the bad guy? Why is he the bad guy? He brought it home to me. He's the great guy. This is the man right here. But that doesn't mean I wouldn't, because I would deal with Rafe doesn't mean I wouldn't deal with somebody corporate. And that's the misconception that people have. If she likes a guy who's in this kind of, like this kind of work, then she's not into that kind of guy. And that's not true. That kind of guy never approached this kind of girl.
Right.
But if that kind of guy always came for this kind of girl, well, then she's more willing to go that way because she's never been that way. If this is the road that's familiar, I'm not going to take this road at 2 a.m. in the morning, like, to go home. I'm going to stick to what's familiar to me. Not that change is bad, but it isn't always good.
Okay.
You know, maybe he doesn't get me and maybe he does.
Right.
So maybe I'm going to go that way more times than none than that way. But I don't think he's a good guy and he's a bad guy or vice versa. I think, you know,
They doing what they got to do.
Yeah.
Also,
how you view someone.
That's what I was gonna say too. If you saying like it's, I also care more about intentions. Like, where's your mind at? Because the truth of the matter is, somebody could be like you said on Wall Street, but they take all their money, they go home, they spend it on whatever, you know, like hookers, whatever they want to spend it on. Whereas like the guy on the street selling, you know, goons, whatever, he comes home and he gives that money to his family. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people in desperate situations do desperate things, and it's more about where their mind is at and why. Like, what are your intentions? Because if I'm dating somebody that just want all the money just to have it and is doing effed up things to get it, I'm like, no, I'm not with that. You know, whether you be a gangster, whatever, you know, it doesn't matter. I don't care what money you got. It's what you plan on doing with it. And the truth of the matter is, in OG or whatever, he got management skills. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
you can delegate tasks to people. You can have a real job with it. You have the right mind state. Whereas, like, some people, you know, like, they'll be at a, you know, entry-level job for the rest of their life because they have no ambition. And I feel like a lot of times, you know, whether it be a thug, a bad dude, whatever, the thing that we go to the most in somebody is ambition. So the fact that they're hungry makes them more attractive to us than somebody that just has a good job.
Okay. Okay.
It's more about your mind.
Wow. As the show progresses, and I, you know, fully confident that it will grow and become big time. Where do you see the show itself 5 years from now? And where do you see yourselves as actresses 5 years from now?
Okay, so, well, I think Money and Violence is never going to stop growing. I think it can only get better. As far as me, I don't think I'm an actress. I think, like, it looks good on camera because I've been knowing Mo for so long, or Rafe. So it's just conversing for me, and this just happens to be a camera. So I'm not acting when I'm being loyal. These are people I've been loyal to. So they're just adding a cash. You know, they're just adding a scenario. But the loyalty has always been there. So it's just, it comes natural to speak to him. This is who I speak to about anything. If I want to talk about milk that I spilled and why I'm so angry, I can call Rafe and say, I spilled milk and I'm angry. And he's like, okay, what do you want me to do? You want me to help you mop it up? Do you want me to buy you another milk? Do you want more milk? What is it that you want? I don't know. Do you just want to talk and scream? Okay, talk and scream. And then when I feel better, you all right, mama? Yeah. All right, I'll speak to you later. You know, so when you're just adding a camera and maybe more lines to say to catch. But as far as me interacting with Ms. and Rafe, that's just natural. This is my everyday life. I'm just talking to, you know, people who've been in my life for a long time, my immediates. Me personally at 5 years, so, you know, I'm in school, social work. My reason for being in social work is because I like to know why people do the things that they do, what's their mental state, and you know, I feel like it gives you different avenues to dealing with people. So if I get an understanding as to why you do the things you do, then I can more so deal with you better. So 5 years, I'll have my master's. I'm not ready for my PhD.
Okay.
You know, I have a full ride to NYU.
Yes. Congrats.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
So, I mean, if anything, I'll be on Rafe's couch. I will.
Okay.
As far as me with Money and Balance in 5 years, I feel like 5 years from now, Money and Balance will be huge. It will be further than Money and Balance. It will be Cloud9 TV, and we will have something on here on Cloud9 TV for our people, to teach our people what they need to know, to show them what they need to see, and to just build a better platform for African American minority people, period. And personally, like, I'm really grateful to be a part of Money and Balance, because that's the same route I am going on as myself personally. It's time to change this world. Everything within this world is you know, it's really effed up at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? And as African American people, we need to realize that we are the ones that's superior. We're the ones that empower, and the best way to do it is in media. I am an actress. So I've been doing acting since 2009. That's when I was been like serious with it. So I feel like in 5 years, thanks to Money and Balance, I'll be in a lot of different shows and movies and stuff like that. But definitely my loyalty will be with Cloud9 TV, because that's where I see where the bigger picture with the world is going to be, the change in the world, and my part of the change in the world will be with Cloud9 TV.
Okay. You heard it here first. Therottenappletv, please continue on.
Within the next 5 years, I see Money and Balance changing the world. That's Mo's, you know, that's what he wants to do. He wants to help change the world, and I believe that anything he wants to do will be done. And that's why Money and Balance has gotten so far, because he had a plan, and he, you know, went through with the plan, and it was successful, just like everything else that he does. As far as myself, I will dabble more in acting, but overall, eventually, I want to be a philanthropist. I want to be an advocate for women that do not have a voice for themselves. And woman empowerment is what I'm all about. So that's where I see myself in 5 years.
Certainly, it's beyond needed.
Yeah, definitely.
That it is.
Right.
So I'm
Fix a lot of the problems that we have.
right. I'm in the process of writing a book. I am a woman that has been through a lot of trials and tribulations, and I do see myself very far in 5 years. So my goal is just basically to let all women know that no matter what you go through, how bad it is, that you can still be a success, and you could still make it out of no matter where you've been.
And in a very interesting way to incorporate your understanding of the character Jessica. That was very good. Please continue on.
In 5 years, I definitely see Money and Balance blowing the industry out of the water. It's something very different, very fresh, and I feel like New York City and Brooklyn within itself has a reputation, and this kind of shows you kind of the lives of different people, you know, that live within the city. So I mean, I definitely see them taking it to the next level, whether it's their own platform, whether it's Netflix, whether it's anything. Like he's definitely a good writer, good director, and you know, I definitely see him, you know, progressing. With myself in 5 years, I see myself continuing to pursue a degree in medicine. So hopefully, you know, I'll finish med school. In the meantime, this is pretty much how I'm trying to expose myself into the industry as a model. I do promotions. I dabble into, you know, bartending, different stuff. I've had, you know, written works, poetry. So I could definitely relate to Mo because, you know, that's an inspiration for me because I've written short stories and I've never let anyone see it because I never had the confidence to think someone would relate to my story. So, I mean,
That's deep.
that's me.
In 5 years, I definitely see Money and Violence like just skyrocket, just flying off the roof. First of all, because Mo, I don't know if he knows it, but he is favored by God.
Right.
He has so much favor, and anything he touch will be a blessing.
Yes.
So that's the first thing. Me personally, 5 years from now, I hope to continue to be a part of Money and Violence, and also they're my family. I'm new to them, but I love them. I'm loyal to them, and I'm so honored and grateful to be a part of their life and for them to be a part of mine. Me personally, I'm gonna open up my school, Dazzle Me, which is a dance school, performing arts, modeling etiquette school for young kids, and also a mentorship program. So, and also I'm hoping to work with the New York Yankees. I want to start a dance team for them that's equivalent to Giants, well, baseball and football. So, but it's for baseball. So, that's my goal. Those are my dreams, and I'm done.
Last but not least, of course.
All right. Well, my views on I mean, Ken can see his baby whenever he wants. It's not my child. That's not my child. I hope you see that picture. No, but my views as far as 5 years go for me and the show, in ways that kind of ties into one another, because the way that I feel about Money and Violence is Money and Violence, but not specifically Money and Violence. I mean, as in the movement, as in Cloud on TV. I say going so far because at this point right now, I think that especially our generation, we're in a time where the people before us made too much glamour out of small things. You know, like Ray was saying, in the sense where there are things that are glorified. Where originally, you know, when we started out rapping, singing, you know, selling dope, whatever we was doing was because we had to do it to survive, you know, and it was the art form. It wasn't about the money or, you know, the cars or whatever that come from it. And I think that because right now so many people are being inspired by what we're doing, in the sense where this is just raw, like raw talent is raw, you know, like a story, everything that we're doing right now isn't studios, nothing. This is just people that want to get a story across, and it's more about the story. And I'm a filmmaker too. I've worked, like I act for a couple of years now. I mainly started acting, but through acting I fell in love with being on sets, and then through that now I do videography. So for myself personally, what I'm working on is the same as Cloud on TV, where I plan on fucking the world up. You know, like I want to make movies that are based on the story, not about the big production. It doesn't matter about special effects and whatever else, and whatever actor you have. It's all about story first, and I think that that's why Money and Violence has been so successful, regardless of us having, you know, the best crew, the best cast, whatever. It doesn't matter because everybody can get with the story, because it's all something that we all feel. And what my goal is in the next future, you know, in the next 5 years, is to get people like myself that are artists, you know, to show their skills. And my friends and I, we just started this website. It's called entertainlinks.com, and it's all about putting links on our site of people that are artists, you know, local artists and stuff in the hood that wouldn't get recognition otherwise, you know, like poets, you know, people that draw, paint, whatever, that do it not because for a paycheck, they're not doing it for fame, but because this is what they do, you know. And in 5 years from now, I see myself hopefully helping towards the art form of sending the message through film and art and media. So that's what I'm working towards, and I plan on going to study abroad in school in September. So hopefully I get to Europe. I'm just waiting for my acceptance letter.
Okay, so don't forget, follow me. I'm China718, China with a Y, not an I.
I'm Yes It's Princess, YES_ITS_PRINCES.
I'm Too Real, TOOREAL.
I'm Jessica Rabbit BK, spelled straight Jessica Rabbit BK.
Hi, I'm Madison, and my Instagram is Yankee Dance Girl, YANKEE, Dance, DANCE, Girl, GIRL.
Raven, my Instagram name is Raven Rapunzel, but it's spelled Raven, RAVEN, underscore Rapunzel is RAPUNZ3L.
Don't forget to follow at Cloud9TV.
And at Cloud9TV
underscore and C Styles 911. My guys.
Well, you got a glimpse into how the show came about, I guess. You have a glimpse into the individual characters that each of these ladies play. You also got a glimpse into their individual pursuits and their individual dreams and aspirations. So on behalf of the Therottenappletv TV, your boy Blue, thank you very much. Peace. Love.